Welcome to beautiful Southern California, just a few miles south of Los Angeles, in Long Beach, for one of the most prestigious and fun events in motorsports. The 30...
Going to come into formation, rows of two. Esteban Guerrieri, and there will not be a green flag. Tony Cotton, race director, he told us yesterday if he doesn't see a good alignment, he's not going to give him the green, and that's a shame because these guys obviously all anxious, Willie, but the leaders, and they simply made the jump. Everyone not able to form up coming off the hairpin. Well, 17 cars. Two new additions. Here they come, Willie, off the hairpin.
No, they're still a little bit fast.
You think he's going to let him go? Yep, they're going to wave the green flag. Not exactly what Tony Cotton was looking for, but he's going to let him go. So we're racing on the streets of Long Beach, Willie, as they'll drive into turn number one.
Now, this is like a herd of horses going into corral, right? They got a funnel in and too aggressive, actually. Really good stuff, and they clean. Nobody took each other out in the first corner.
Guerrieri in the 7 car. Peter Dempsey in car number 36 runs second. Joseph Newgarden in that blue and white car, our points leader, is currently third.
Now, you know, temperature just 80 degrees, 63 degrees ambient temperatures. We saw temperatures upward on the track temp of 124 degrees over the course of the weekend. How slick is it? Keep this in mind. Eyes on IndyCar Series veteran Davey Hamilton as well as Martin Plowman both spun in the 2-seater earlier this morning. Movement on the track, guys, a movement for the lead.
Yeah, pass for the lead as we watch Peter Dempsey going into turn number 9. He set him up perfectly, and he gets underneath Guerrieri, and now he is the leader with 1 lap complete.
Mike, by Long Beach at all. We talked about, and Willie touched on, particularly in turns 8 and 9, some of the bumps you see on this course. But I talked to Dempsey before this race began and said, if you're going to make a move, and then once you take the lead, where are the best corners, not only if you have to make a move, but also to make up speed? He told me anywhere on the racetrack, I will do everything I can to stay up front.
And Joseph Newgarden just took advantage of Esteban Guerrieri in the exact same corner, turn 9, as we saw Peter Dempsey.
You know, Guerrieri
started on the outside of the front row, and Dempsey in that Pulse 02 racing car being trained. We've got a car that is spun. That is Garcia. So Juan Pablo Garcia has spun the car in turn number 8. He's in the runoff area there. He's going to have to get that car back in reverse. We do have on-board starters in this series, and so looks like he's going to be able to get himself out of the runoff area. Juan Pablo Garcia, Willie.
Actually, he's going into turn 9.
Yeah, that was turn 8.
Was that 8?
Turn 8, yeah.
Yep.
No, I believe you're right. I believe that is 9. That's the up-top view from turn 9. Just drove it in there too hard.
Well, did you see that front end bouncing?
Yep.
Okay, that thing hops into that corner. Now, if you're not, if the shock setting is not good, you're going to hop, and you're not going to have great braking.
Back in the pack. That's the 63 of Mikael Grenier, the battle for 12th place as he gets past the 17. This is one of the newcomers to the series this weekend, Rusty Mitchell from Midland, Texas. He's 29 years old, has been around for a while. Star Mazda sports cars in his background. It looks like he's getting ready to give up another position going into 9.
Well, yeah, and if you look at that left front wing, he's got a little problem there, and aerodynamically, that's going to hurt him. It's going to hurt him.
Streets of Long Beach, and the leader has crashed in turn number 9. This is Peter Dempsey. He took the lead on lap number 2 in the exact same spot on the track. But Willie T. Ribbs, his day is now over. What a mistake for our leader.
I tell you, that was his favorite corner. That was his favorite corner,
wow.
Mike. And
take a look. This is looking from turn 10. He just drove her in there too hot. Just got way wide.
He cooked it in. But when you attack turn 9, if you don't make your entry just perfect, the front end is going to bounce right off.
Here we are looking.
Right off line.
Yeah. That's Joseph Newgarden who was running behind him. He was way off of his line. One of these drivers will be on the top step as we come out of the hairpin. Look at him spinning around. Boy, really kicking out those rear ends there.
Now, remember, the ambient temperature is cool. The tires, because it's so cool, the tires are going to cool down faster. Well, you can see him getting wheel spin off.
Connor Daly going to move to the inside. Here he comes. It's the battle for second, Willie. He's got the position, it looks like, going into 1.
And he's got it, and he's got it nicely. Didn't hurt Guerrieri. Somebody just went off down the escape road.
So he gets Guerrieri, textbook, down the front straight as he moved to the inside, had the position.
Now, the old teammates again, huh?
There's the car that ran off right there because that's where it spits him out. So So this is the car that had to go through the runoff area. That's how this car got in front. That's the 5 car. So the 5 of Stephen Wilson, who finished second last week, missed turn 1 and had to go through the runoff area.
Well, in horses, there would be 3 horses that could win a race.
Anders Krohn. They call him the Viking. There's a pass. There's Duarte Ferreira. That's a nice move to the inside. Very similar to what we saw Connor Daly do. So Duarte Ferreira will get past the 16 of David Ostella in turn number 1.
Well, they have been wishing each other all day.
Yeah, this foursome right here, they've been keeping it tight. So you've got Ostella and his teammate, who's running just behind him, Juan Pablo Garcia. And there you see the 4 car of Jorge Goncalves. And here comes the 12, so Juan Pablo Garcia is going to get past Goncalves. Still racing with that broken right leg is Goncalves. Right. Beach, California, overcast day, and there's the 28 of Duarte Ferreira. Just at the entrance of turn number 8, the car comes to a stop, Willie. Not exactly sure what's wrong there. Here it is in the fight with David Ostella. He just breaks it off. Yeah,
no, he pulled off. He's got something in the power department that's gone. Now, he hadn't touched anything, so chassis-wise, he's fine. But he lost power, and I don't know why. You got to attack the corners, but if you over-attack, you're off.
So a different line there, as Stephen Wilson tried to modify that line a little bit on the attack of Anders Krohn here as they're on that straightaway between 8 and 9.
No, Anders is going to keep Wilson back, and Anders is he's fighting him off. And Wilson is just staying there nice and cool, nice and cool. Anders, he's really aggressive. Right?
He is. Look,
very aggressive.
Pulls right up on the rear wing.
Okay, that's where you want to be coming out of the hole there. Now, Wilson is in position to make a pass.
Not close enough.
Not yet. Now, Krohn might be running a little less downforce, which is getting him down the straightaway a little faster.
Here he comes. Stephen looked to the inside momentarily, but he wasn't close enough.
Made a fake. He wanted to put his car in Krohn's mirror. Okay? Like I said, Krohn is a chameleon right now. He's got one eye forward and one eye backwards. You know, a chameleon can look front and rear at the same time.
Anders Krohn, the Bilardi team, Andretti Autosport. That's who Stephen Wilson drives for. Wilson finished second last weekend at Barber Motorsports Park. Krohn trying to keep that 5 car behind him as they make their way through 7 back to turn number 8, Willie.
Great race. Great race. Now.
So as we continue to watch the leader there, that is the Brill battery car. Here is Anders Krohn, who is trying to fight for it to hold on to that 4th place, but in turn 8, Willie, he lost the battle.
Wilson kept the pressure on him.
Forced him to make the mistake.
He kept the pressure on him, and that's what happens here. I mean,
60-minute time limit. They don't think that's the case, so they've told Stephen Wilson, make moves when you can, but don't feel like you're racing against the clock right now. So far, so good for Stephen Wilson, who finds himself now in the top 5.
Yeah. Anders Krohn, boy, off again in the same spot. Guys, I got it. Looked like he was going to have himself a good day. Meantime, the battle up front continues. Guys, to heat up just a little bit as Connor Daly will not go away. He's filling up the mirrors of Joseph Newgarden.
Well, you know what's great is Newgarden stretches him for about a second and a half, and then Daly reels him back in. Click, 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 click.
Connor Daly just set fastest lap of the race. Guys, he's getting better. He's getting better. He's going to make this thing exciting down the stretch.
And this is where Sam Smith, team owner, pays real attention. And he will talk with him. He'll say, all right, guys, I trust you. You race each other. I don't care who wins, but let's
bring them all home.
Bring them home.
And that's what that drivers aren't going to listen to that. You know better than that.
I know.
Yeah, you can talk all you want. I want to beat my teammate as bad as anybody does.
It's kind of like a driver's meeting.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
No, Wally, you turned your radio
off the hairpin. Boy, he got right up underneath the gearbox, and you talk about those starting blocks, Willie. Boy, Connor's getting a good jump off the hairpin.
Come out of those blocks and bang that box.
Right here.
He's got to be on the gearbox, though, a little bit closer.
Here we go, guys.
He's going to go ahead and dive in there. But he's got to be on the gearbox at the start-finish line. This way he can pull out and try to make that braking pass. If you're 1 or 2 car lengths back, Willie, as you know, that's pretty hard to outbrake a guy. But you can outbrake a guy if you're within a car length or a car length and a half.
And guys, the word right now from Sam Schmidt is this: Connor Daly's car right now has a little better balance than Joseph Newgarden, but he has told him, because keep in mind, of course, they are teammates. Sam Schmidt has told Connor Daly, if you're going to make a pass, make sure it's an absolute no-brainer.
Victor Garcia, who led all 40 laps last Sunday at Barber Motorsports Park, has spun his car and has brought out a local yellow, it would appear. As the race continues, Victor Garcia, let's take a look. Willie, what happens here?
Well,
running behind Jakob.
Yeah, and he got in a little bit, and he actually tightened the car up. Most everyone else is using more road and unwinding the wheel. He tightened it up a little bit there and brought the rear end around.
Full course caution. You say the final 10 laps here, generally everything changes.
Long Beach, historic. You'll have a race and it'll be totally different in the last 10 laps. Things change here, and that's been the history of Long Beach. That's one of the great things about this place. Somebody will be in 3rd or 4th place, and all of a sudden they're leading it with 10 laps to go.
So this restart will be key. The
hairpin as fast as he can. He's going to try to come out of the blocks.
Whoa.
Oh, green,
couple of them kicking
green.
out there as we go back to green flag racing. They're on it, Willie, across start finish.
Right, and Joe got a little gap on him coming out of the hairpin. That's not going to allow Daly to get up underneath him, but he's going to fake at him.
He's going to try it. No, he's not. Not close to, you're right, not close enough. Looked like he got a little loose, guys, off the hairpin accelerating.
Both of those guys did. They both did a good job. They needed to, like Willie said, you've got to anticipate. If you're in the lead, don't give the guy in 2nd place a chance, to have a good restart.
Has 4th place, but ran through the runoff area not once but twice and was able to maintain position.
Yeah, Jakob dropped the dime on him.
Daly was threatening for the top spot. Now he's got to protect the 2nd spot. He lost a lot of ground on Newgarden.
Yeah, he really has, and at the same time, Guerrieri has now gotten himself back into the mix.
Joseph.
Best thing he can do right now is not look in the mirror. He's got 5 laps to go. He needs to just concentrate on what he's doing, because he's been doing it right the whole race.
Almost the qualifying lap.
Right, and not even look in the mirrors. I'm telling you what, you got somebody in the mirrors worrying you all the time, and it's very distracting. So now he's got enough of a gap where he should be able to just focus on, oh, see, a little bit of lock up there in the right front. Those are the things he can't do.
Oh!
No!
In the wall.
Just as soon as it comes out of your mouth, Joseph Newgarden is in the tire barrier in turn 8, and for the 2nd time in this race, guys, the race leader throws it away. Oh, Sam Schmidt, the team owner, looking at Joseph Newgarden's car. Yeah, sure, he still got the race leader. But he could have swept the podium.
Yeah.
And here it is, guys. Take a look.
He just hit that. He locked that right front up, and it was enough to get him off the line a little bit to where he couldn't turn the car. And you get out off the line a little bit here, there's no grip on those front tires.
Here it is again.
And the entrance to turn 8 there is really narrow. And if you hustle that corner too hard and lock, you're off. You're going to go straight in there because you got no room. It's a narrow entry.
Sam Schmidt watching it live there. That just bitter disappointment for Joseph. Back from Spain, guys, that didn't even make the first practice. So Connor Daly gets in the car, and, he's got to give his teammate Esteban Guerrieri a little tip of the hat because he helped set up this race car. Here comes Connor Daly off the hairpin for the final time. He is going to win on the streets of Long Beach. Win number 1 for Connor in Firestone Indy Lights comes at one of the big ones. The Grand Prix of Long Beach, and there are the twin checkers.
This is why you get up in the morning.
This is the best.
This is why you eat, sleep, train. This is for this very reason right here.
I know you came close here on a bunch of occasions to winning this race, and you told me it still haunts you a little bit.
You can relive it, and Joseph Newgarden will relive it. Dempsey will relive it.
So not once but twice do we have leaders in the tire barrier. Not this guy, though. Connor Daly takes advantage of the opportunities, and he wins at Long Beach.